Is math a subject in your home that people dread? Do you feel like math is something that is uninspiring, unmotivating? Is it something that you just put your kids in front of a textbook or some sort of workbook and have them struggle with it? I have found that math can be something that is so wonderful. I was lucky enough to grow up in a home where my mother loved math. She was passionate for it. And so math, to me, growing up, was all about numbers. It was about finding patterns in relationships. It's about cracking codes. It's about puzzles. It's about challenging our minds. And I loved it. Every minute of math for me growing up was so fun. But then something terrible happened. I went to junior high. And junior high math was so different. It was boring. It didn't seem to have any purpose. It was not inspiring to me. And I'm sure that you've had that same experience. In fact, I would bet that 99% of Americans had that same experience. Our system is broken. And when I was going through math, even though I grew up loving it and knowing that I love numbers, I kind of fell out of love with it. And maybe not necessarily out of love with math altogether, but I knew that what was happening was wrong. Now, I was trying to find my passion in life. I was trying to find the thing that I love to do as I was going to college, and I stumbled across the math education major. Now, I had kind of fallen out of love with math, especially math education in schools. But as I looked at the very first course, it was Critical Review of School Mathematics. And I knew that that was something I would be great at because for the past 10 years, I had been critically reviewing my school math experience because I knew what good math was. And I knew that what was happening in the classroom was not good math. And so I took this course and I was surrounded by students who were really good at math growing up, who were the cream of the crop in their classes and who wanted to share their knowledge of math. And I remember my very first class, it was I think it was the very first class that I took, like the very first day of class. And my teacher had us go to a certain corner of the room based on whether we strongly agreed, disagreed, or strongly disagreed on a certain topic. And the very first one he said was, every student can learn math. Well, now I grew up in a home where we believed in everyone's potential. And I knew that if everyone knew what math really was, that everyone could learn math, of course. And so I marched on over to that strongly agree corner, and I turned around, and I was the only one there. All of my classmates, all of these great math people who were so excited about teaching students math did not actually believe that every student could learn math. I had a couple over in the agree corner, but everyone else, the rest of my 30 students, however many were in my class with me, did not even believe that every student could learn math. And I realized right there that there was definitely something wrong. Even if students who did really well in math knew that not everyone could do it, they didn't know math the way that I knew math. Now, over my experience, I've been lucky enough to teach homeschooling families the last few years, and I have found a way for every student not only to learn math, but to love math. My homeschooling students fight to get a chance to go first for math every week because they know how fun and how wonderful math can be, how good it feels for their brains to be challenged and for them to become amazing thinkers. I would love to share what I know with you. We're doing a webinar, and all of the information is at the bottom. Please join us. I would love to share what I know. If you are worried about math in your home, if you want your kids to love it and not to hate it, if you want to change it from being a chore to something that is going to grow their mathematical thinking, and not just their mathematical thinking, but their any type of thinking, all of their thinking. If you want that for your kids, please join me for our webinar. It's going to be great. You're going to learn so much on how to make math an amazing part of your homeschooling.